Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and I'm inviting you to enroll on my Foundation Vedic Astrology course. The website is mastervedicastrology.com. It's actually level 1 of 3 levels. It's the foundation. And the method of the course is very clear. Quite simply, we study the 9 planets of Vedic astrology one after the other: the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, and so on. And for each planet, you complete 2 pieces of work. The first is how the planet manifests in your Vedic birth chart, and the second is how the planet manifests in my Vedic birth chart. Now, of course, you get an extensive course handbook. You get full Vedic and Western astrology charts for each of us. There's a webinar for each topic that comes free with the course, and each webinar has a quite substantial handbook in itself. Now, one of the things that I think is special about my course is that for Vedic astrology, if you wish, you can do crossover into Western astrology. And in my Western astrology course, if you wish, you can do crossover into Vedic astrology. They're both necessary because Vedic astrology depicts our incarnational destiny, our life purpose this time, and the circumstances we'll attract at birth and as our life unfolds, for us to burn our negative karmas, for us to manifest our special talents that we came here to learn how to manifest, the challenges we have to face. But Western astrology is more psychological, and that's important. I teach psychodynamic Western astrology, and that's huge in itself. And even evolutionary Western astrology, which works with soul purpose, in fact depicts our life purpose this time. Excuse me, I've got a cold. In how it expresses in our psychology, psychosynthesis, that sort of thing. You need both. And in my readings, I always include both. And another special feature of my courses is that I use healing and empowerment techniques. I work with my partner, Maggie Pashley, who studied many healing modalities for 25 years. And specifically, for several years, we've run astrology and healing workshops. And the webinars I have offered to date in my astrology course teaching often include, for example, EFT, which is a simple but powerful and moving and effective means of going into, for example, our blocks and distresses around the principles we're studying, realizing them, and then committing to moving on. Committing to moving towards a goal of breaking through our barriers and overcoming our blocks, which is why we came here this time. We also use artwork, if you like. So, for example, if a person has a particular aspect in their chart, in our worldwide webinars to date, the group will draw Pluto square Mars or whatever. And that makes it really live graphically. You don't forget what it means, and it's so helpful to the person with the aspect. If you've got a very weak sun, you can draw the very weak sun. And then you can draw the person who has learned to perceive that, heal it, and express their sovereignty. So we can use artwork, nothing dramatic, just very quick 10-minute sketches, but so powerful. And we also use embodiment work where you stand up. And so, for example, you could embody your very weak sun, and then you could embody the solar champion that is within you, that maybe your personal mythologies and scripts and your nurture patterns denied you. So, I mean, obviously, of course, we learn the foundation keys to understanding that Vedic astrology offers, and they are so powerful. The reason I was hooked on Vedic astrology was that virtually the first thing I studied was Gandanta, a principle known only to Vedic astrology. And what it said, well, I mean, basically, I have my moon in my birth chart at the very end of Pisces. And there are 3 Gandanta zones in the birth chart. One is the transition from Pisces to Aries, the other from Cancer to Leo, and the other from Scorpio to Sagittarius. Water to fire in each case. Some people say, and indeed, it can be an issue, 2 degrees either side. But the closer it is, the stronger the issue. And so if you have your moon in the Pisces Gandanta, it says mother will not be there for you. Western astrology didn't say the circumstances of my birth, which are very unusual. Vedic astrology honed in on them straight away. I was so impressed at the sure declarativeness of Vedic astrology straight away when I studied it before I began, of course, to do readings and teach. So the other wonderful things we study are such as planets in houses, planets in signs. What difference does it make if a planet is in a Vedic sign or a Vedic nakshatra? My level 2 course is all about the wonderful, truly wonderful nakshatras, the 27 lunar signs of Vedic astrology, which so powerfully and accurately depict our emotions and mind. And indeed, you can study my level 1 and level 2 courses in tandem. People do successfully, no problem. And, for example, we study your incarnational destiny, your life purpose, this time as expressed by the position of the nodes of the moon in your Vedic birth chart. Vedic astrology has wonderful systems like the 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, the 3 doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha, the 5 elements, the castes, which of course nowadays are occupational types, the aims of life, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Combinations of planets, when 2 planets or more are conjunct, or one planet aspects another. In my level 3 course, we move on to the very, very, very powerful Vedic predictive astrology, the dashas, the transits. We look at spiritual dimensions like which planet is your Atmakarika, your soul indicator. It represents a task not finished in your previous life. And it's such good perception to know what that task is now. I mean, the list is endless. There's Pushkara, which is a weak link, the healing of which you manifest success around that particular planet. So it's rather like Chiron in the Western birth chart. Okay, my teaching method. I aim to teach in a way that avoids being formulaic, legalistic, over-cerebral, or disempowering. I really, really don't like it when people rattle off rules and formula, which are inhuman. They are head split off from body and heart. It doesn't really help anyone. I always try to be caring, and I very fully respond to student works, look at the testimonials. So what I offer is depth perception, healing and empowerment, vast learning. Vedic astrology offers you ways to understand your life and destiny, ways to end negative scripts, ways to realize positive potentials, such good perception about what these scripts are this time, so that we can become the person we were born to be. And the teaching is always made relevant, grounded, authentic, and truthful because, of course, it's related to two people's charts, yours and mine. So we can't spout a load of rubbish. It's all tested out. Now, my background is that as a wonderful life opportunity, I completed a 5-year social anthropological field study, an ethnography of spiritual forms new to the modern West. So they were Hinduism, Buddhism, paganism, shamanism, and utopian communities. A wonderful opportunity. And I feel I love to share the insights. I mean, the huge experience I got of so many different people on these different pathways. What are the strengths of the pathways? What are the weaknesses? So a special bonus of my astrology courses, as I say, is that if you're on a Vedic course, you can cross over into Western. If you're on a Western course, you can cross over into Vedic if you want. So change your life for the better, develop wonderful perception, realize your divine spark, address your challenges. Enroll on my Level 1 Vedic Astrology course. The website is www.mastervedicastrology.com. So, I hope to work with you. Thanks very much.